Hello people, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is Sorin and today we're gonna review the Cobra, the brand new kid on the block in World of Tanks. So what is this tank, you might ask? It is the brand new addition into the matchmaking. This tank costs 24 battle tokens and therefore no one from the past season wouldn't be able to put their hands on because you can get only 21 per season. But now with the brand new season kicked in, we start to see as many Cobra on the battlefield as maybe even more. You get the point what I'm trying to say. The more they pass, the more Cobras are on the battlefield. And today video I'm gonna show you this tank. It's really unique in its playstyle. It's an enigma of a tank, and I'm gonna give you some tips whether you should buy it or whether you should avoid. So stick tuned for that. So yeah, having a tank this new, you don't have much information, much gameplay from this, from myself because I'm such a small YouTube. I don't get my hands on it, but talking about the statistics and this, I can craft my idea whether this tank is decent. And yeah, starting on the paper, what you can see over here, the main focus of this vehicle is the reload between the shell. It's only 1.5 seconds, meaning within 4.5 seconds you can do 1440 damage, which is just insane. And that's nothing special about that because obviously the Skoda TVP T5051, the tier 10 Czechoslovakian medium tank, can do 320 damage per pop with a 1.8 second, or how much is that? It's the 1.5, I believe it's 1.5 as well. But you still have lower alpha damage even if you are a tier higher. But yeah, this tank is gonna obliterate anything it stays in front. This is the brand new burst daddy in Wall of Tanks at tier 8 and 9 and 10. And yeah, is this tank any more shining than that? Well, yeah, you pretty much sacrifice anything, and I mean anything, to get only one thing you're good at, and that is burst damaging. And I made a point where you should buy it or whether you should avoid it. Well, take a look at the crew layout. It's only 3 members, and this is a bit odd because let's switch to the Google and take a look at TaxGG. The commander, it's the radio man as well, which mean you put a lot of pressure on the commander. It's fine, the commander can have situational awareness and everything you get from the radio man, but the gunner has to do the loader thing. And yeah, having a tank with a 48-second base reload, you really need intuition. And on top of that, having a tank that you have 1440 burst with heat, you pretty much have the hash, which is the it's gonna be an addiction for most people to fire the hash because you do have 130 more damage, but you get 50 reduced penetration. But still, it's a trade. Having those medium line, lightly armored tanks in World of Tanks, you kind of really want to fire the hash just to do more damage per the magazine. But if you're gonna find your situation, let's say you have the hash and there is in front of you the mouse and he's charging towards you, and you pretty much cannot get its side or its rear, you are gonna be doing like 100 on 150 damage at best if you're gonna fire the 4 shells, hit them perfectly, and yeah, it's gonna take 48 seconds to switch the shells. But if you have intuition, really mandatory skill on this vehicle, it's gonna take you 9-10 seconds to switch to the hit and therefore be more effective against highly armored vehicles. That's the main point of that's the main drawback of this vehicle, having the gunner and the loader. So you pretty much need things like, let's say you already have the brother arsenal, which is a skill. You have the consumables because you're a medium and you need to be sneaky to get the side of the tank and be able to do the 490 damage per pop. You want to do smooth ride because you need to lower the dispersion. And then maybe you want to take repairs because this tank is as huge as a moon. What else do you get on the gunner? I believe you get snapshot, but maybe this is like the driver. But no, let's not take snapshot. Maybe you want to take armorer. I believe you're not going to take armor on that. But well, it's already 3 or 4 skills. Like with the repairs, it's like 4 skills, and it's gonna take you a long time to load the intuition on the gunner as well. And keep in mind that this setup is gonna work only on the Cobra, so you can spend a lot of time and I believe a lot of books to get your dedicated crew for the Cobra, because yeah, it's gonna be, well, maybe the gunner only. Having the commander from other vehicles and the driver is gonna be fine, but the gunner is gonna be a big pain. And yeah, that's gonna be the main problem on this vehicle. I find myself, and while talking about the Centurion Action S, the loader is the radio man, which once again it's like a really mess up thing over here. Let's say like that. Now talking about the comparison, I want to compare the Cobra to the Skoda T50 and the Batchat AP. Why so? Well, I believe these are the closest thing that I can get to. Like the Skoda, of course, you do have the burst. And talking about the DPM, having the DPM with, I believe mostly of you are gonna use the hash. So yeah, if you wanted to buy this tank and you would expect to make tons of credits, no, it's not gonna be the tank for you. You're gonna fire the constant premium. You're gonna fire 17,000 credits per magazine, and having the chance whether to miss, whether to not roll, or to roll low on the penetration and do like 100 damage. And yeah, it's not going to be really good for your budget. Keep in mind that. But rather than that, let's say everything it's green. Let's say everything is happy. And yeah, you do get 2242 base DPM. I believe that's the base. Actually, that's the base. That's good. Um, for 90 alpha damage, quite respectable for a medium tank. I believe that's like the highest damage that you can get on a medium tank at tier 9. Are there any higher, like 440? 440, I believe, is the highest, but there is no 490. Um, the Skoda gets really nice penetration as well on the batchat, but they are firing AP. So yeah, it's pretty much you have the same penetration as the batchat, as it has like 500 meters. So I believe if you already play the batchat and you usually snipe with it, I believe you kind of understand of what plates you're able to pen and what points of the tank, like the lower plate of the I7, maybe you're not gonna pen the side of the V100, you cannot pen. I believe you understand what I'm trying to say. Um, Next to that, you do have the long reload of 48 seconds, same as the Batchat. The Skoda is out of this with a short um, three pop, like 960 every 22 seconds. This thing is gonna do 2000 damage in 48 seconds, and the Batchat is gonna do 1800 in 14 seconds. It's gonna take a long time for the Batchat. So in this comparison, the Batchat is out of here. We can only compare to the Skoda, and yeah, this tank really bursts out. It's like you can take an AV405 or a Grill or the Leopard in 4.5 seconds if he's in front of you, and you like maybe 50 meters, 100 meters, and if you can just hold the click and be lucky to pen high roll or average roll. Talking about the caliber, this is a 120 millimeter caliber, which means you can shoot 40 millimeter plates with heat and with the HE. I'm not sure how the HE works. Like on this in this stage, I'm not really sure whether the HEs can overmatch. Like I believe they explode on surface, or actually that's how they used to work. But yeah, 120 caliber should work to overmatch plates with the heat at least. Next to that, the shear velocity is really nice on the HE, on the premium HE, 1165 meters, which means you can pretty much snipe at longer ranges. But I don't recommend that because obviously you have 4 in the magazine, and if you miss 2, what's the point of um, fighting with only 2 shells? 28 ammo capacity is a bit low, but talking about the worst, this kind of rate of fire, yeah, you're gonna run out of ammo quite quick if you keep shooting. Next to that, the gun handling. This is where this tank is like one of the biggest hit in like history, if I can say so. 3.6 second aiming time and having a 1.5 intra clip. That's like your reticle is gonna get like 15% smaller by the time you intra clip, and that is like really sad for this vehicle. You really need to fight really close range to in order to really burst the enemies and to claim that burst study um, title in World of Tanks. So yeah, the aiming time is 3.14 second. The dispersion is 0.36. It's not the best, actually. It's not the worst, not the best. It's like in the middle. But yeah, once again, you get the moving accuracy and the tank traverse at 0.21, which is as big as the Kranwagen. And yeah, this like the your reticle with this kind of aiming time. I believe the ground resistances, you're gonna get your you're gonna get a pineapple on the screen. That's for sure. And the turret traverse speed is 0.08, which means if you are stationary and you only turn the turret, it's gonna be pretty damn accurate, and your circle will pretty much stay small. But look at this, the firing bloom, it's 5. Um, Rinoceronte has 6, I believe, and this is like, no. You're you're gonna get like the pineapple is gonna go out of your screen with this kind of dispersion. It's like the multiplier for the pineapple too. And what I mean by the pineapple is the bloom. It's gonna go like it's gonna go crazy on your screen. But technically, of gun depressions, you can work a rich line like a boss, and you can be really flexible compared to the Skoda or the Batchet. So yeah, with the gun handling, you pretty much need to invest all of your 3 slots into the gun handling. Next to the mobility, is this where this tank shines? Well, not really. 40 km/h top speed. The reverse speed is 25, which is really healthy, and the power to weight ratio is 18.4. The terrain resistance are mm, pretty mediocre, I can say. I'm not really sure, but taking a look at the budget is like the budget is gonna it's just gonna go like Ferrari mode, and yeah, the turret traverse and the tank traverse looks like they're pretty nappy indeed. Um, but hmm, that 40 km/h top speed. Let's take a look at a tank with really good armor. Let's take a look at the E50, 60 km/h, and it does have the armor. T54, 56 km, better power to weight ratio. It do have the armor to fight. You do have the DPM to fight. T55A, 50 km/h. Now we are getting slightly slower. 20 power to weight ratio, 2600, and the turret it got like, and the upper plate as well. It's, if you can say that the upper plate is good. But yeah, kind of slow for a medium. And talking about the armor, this was where this tank shines, I believe. 130 and 130 on the front, which means you can deflect the enemy HEs, rather than that maybe P if you are if the enemy gets unlucky and hits one of your really angle sloped. The 30 and the 30 on the side is gonna be pain. You're gonna get overmatched by any 90mm calibers, and at tier 8, tier 9, and 10, they are really unlikely to ricochet anything. I believe only the Black Dog, the M41D, and in particular the Ru 241 are the only tank that you can pretty much make them ricochet with your side armor if you're gonna side scrape, which I don't recommend in this tank. But the terror term is 80 on the side, which yeah, you can once again deflect, but pretty much on the Skoda you get the same kind of turret armor, and the hull is lower, the budget is out of this comparison. The health is not really big. I mean, the Skoda gets a bit healthier than this, and the camo is nothing really special. It's just kind of part on part with the Skoda. Next, the view range is 370. Once again, why? why is this tank blind? I mean, as I mentioned in the first minute of the video, this tank invests everything into one thing: clip size, clip damage. That's pretty much what this tank is all about. And well, maybe the armor over here, but it's um, it's not a big point over there. But yeah, 390, 370 meters view range. It's shame. It's abysmal, and the fire chance is 20. Like, yeah, you're gonna get set on fire quite often. With a 20% chance is like 1 in 5. And how to set up this vehicle? Well, big issue, big issue. In the mobility slot, we kind of don't. It's like, do we want to take a turbo? What do you want to do with this vehicle? Do you want to be mobile? We can be mobile with improved rotation mechanism. We get some kind of bit mobile with the things over there with the turning speed and everything. Um, and next to that, what do you wanna improve? Do you wanna put the vents? Do you wanna put the optics? Do you wanna be do you want to be a scout? Actually, not a scout. Like, do you want to provide vision for yourself? Do you wanna be more accurate? Do you wanna put the enhanced aiming drive? Do you wanna put the improve this? Do you wanna play like this? But yeah, once again, you need like a million pieces of equipment. Like, you need the vertical stabilizer, you do need the IRM, you do need the vents to improve the DPM a bit. Um, you need the enhanced gun lane drive. You do need the turbocharger, the optics, maybe the low exhaust system if you're a quickie baby fan. Um, yeah, it's kind of all about what is your playstyle. Do you want to be really accurate? Use either this or either this or either this or either this. Um, yeah, that's about it. Do you want to be more of a scout? Um, I believe this is gonna be the situation, and Alex actually top is taking up with pudding and tea, concealment, recon, situation awareness, snapshot. Let's make this thing out even though it's once again I believe you're gonna need a dedicated crew. Um, increase take this and okay, I believe this is fine. Okay, with the optics you do get 470 meters view range, so yeah, you don't really need the optics anymore. Actually, you don't need the vents. Then to drop the vents, actually, holy shit, there are, I believe you understand what I'm trying to say. It really depends on what is your playstyle and what you wanna do with this tank. With the full max out field mods, 18.8 power to ratio is actually starting to look decent. Minus dash and dispersion of okay. Circle size or dispersion. I believe the dispersion. Plus 3 concealment. That's looking much better. Then to put a scouting slot, perfect. And the bridge tweaking. This is important. Then to have worse aiming time. Actually, then to have better DPM by quite a margin. Or do you want to invest everything into the burst fire? Like you do have. Wait, what? -5. Reload and. Wait, hold on. I'm like, okay, with this. Um, you get this. After firing penalties, only 3.48 now, but you pretty much killed your DPM, and on top of that, you killed your aiming time. So yeah, with the thing, with the enhanced lane drive, you get shorter aiming time, which you can invest into the one that is doing this. Okay, there are so many options to do in this vehicle. It's really map dependent, um, playstyle dependent, and I'm spending way too much time over here. Keep in mind that this vehicle is using the standard garage repair kit, so therefore you will not pay any cent from your wallet for the repair kit. So use it as many times as you want. It's free, and that's pretty much every bit of theory crafting about the Cobra overall, as the statistics are on the screen and everything. And oh my god, my brain stopped working as soon as I look at this vehicle. And yeah, talking about this vehicle, it's kind of large, looks really large. And now, the moment of truth. Yeah, this tank. Where is it? This event reward items for tokens. Over here. Spending 24 battle pass. Is it battle points? Battle actually items for tokens. Spending 24 tokens, which is pretty much for a free to play. I believe it's for battle pass for seasons, which is almost a year, and spending all of this time invested in a game to complete all three stages, all for battle pass seasons, just to get a tank that can do only one thing, that is managing to do only one thing, is dropping everything just to do one thing, and that is burst. Is it really worth it? In my opinion, no. Um, and I really mean it. This tank it's only for the dedicated people that really want to get something special in World of Tanks, and that is if you manage to complete all take trees, maybe if you get all the bond tanks, and pretty much you don't need anything else rather than special vehicles. You are gonna get this vehicle, I believe, as what happened with the Kunze Panzer. You're gonna get this vehicle maybe in 2023. You're gonna get it for 12 or maybe 18 tokens, which is gonna be much reasonable price. Personally, I'm gonna buy it. It's gonna be only 12. Um, but yeah, don't spend right now 24 tokens. It's gonna be too expensive for you, and it's not gonna be really worth it. If you really want to play a tank that can burn through your credit income, sure. Do you want to play a tank that will that you wanna rush into the enemy line, find one tank, kill it, send it to the garage, and then you die as well, because this tank is as huge, doesn't have the camo, doesn't have the view range and the mobility to fight back. Sure, but overall, for being consistent and being competitive, yeah, this tank it's kind of falling apart. And what I can say that this tank it's only for fun made, and it's once again an enigma. It's a gift to people that are more dedicated and want something fun or maybe something special in the world of tanks, and therefore my honest opinion is to avoid it for the moment. With the 24 um, tokens, you can buy yourself bounty turbocharger, you can buy yourself other tanks, but yeah, don't spend the time, don't spend your hard-earned cash now. Don't go to the battle pass and just buy the battle pass, buy the chapters just to get this tank. It is not really like go to this tank. I believe, as other content creators say, that um, they got it pretty much for everyone just to showcase it, and I believe that's what is pretty intelligent thing to do. So yeah, the Cobra. Where is the Cobra? Where is my Cobra? Over here. This tank. Obviously, I believe I give my opinion. I believe I gave you the best statistics, the best thing, and sadly, I'm really sorry that I cannot feature you any showcase, any gameplay, but it is what it is. We're gonna stick to the theory crafty as usually what I do. And yeah, this is the Cobra pretty much. The burst study of all of tanks, the newest addition. Pretty much when you're gonna fight it, it's try to play as safe, try to count its shell, and once it's empty out, be sure to chase it and rip apart those 48 seconds reload time because it's gonna be really rewarding. Thank you very much for watching guys, as legends in the next one. Bye bye.